for joining me on another episode. I am going to be sharing with you in this one a past life regression hypnotherapy session that I did recently with a client, and I've edited out a couple lifetimes per his request. So in order to honor that, it just stops abruptly at the last lifetime that we visit. So I hope you enjoy it as much as I enjoy doing the past life regressions with my clients. So hope you can benefit from this. If any questions, drop them in the comments and I'll try to make another episode answering your questions. Thank you so much for joining me. Namaste. Is this in your current life, or have you regressed to a new life, a past life that you've had?
Old life.
If you could put a time frame on it, what era would this feel like to you?
Big ships. Big sails. Spanish.
Okay. So fast forward a little bit. What happens next? Do you end up finding the riches that you've been searching for with your crew?
We made people mad. They're chasing us.
Why do you think they're mad?
We steal from them.
Okay. Where are you going?
Into a storm.
If you could do a body count on all the passengers on that ship that you're on right now, what number would you give it?
21.
Okay. And what is your role on the voyage that you're on? Describe the day. What do you do?
Give orders.
So are you in charge of everyone, or do you have someone else above you?
Second in charge.
Okay, and what do they call you?
Smithy.
Smithy? And what age do you feel at this time?
Young. But not the youngest. I see things. I know things. "23, 24.
Okay. Is this your first voyage?
No.
How many others have there been?
Many. I grew up. I was born on the ocean.
Would you describe a little bit of your childhood? Can you recall that?
My mom was a prostitute. My father, the captain. When I was born, he took me on ship. Grew up sailing. Loved the smell of the ocean and the salt. The feel of the boat underneath.
Keep going. What other memories do you have from childhood?
I could hear the wind. the ocean. I know how to control the ship and make it do what it does.
At what point in that lifetime did you start learning and working on the ship?
4 or 5 years old.
And what were you doing at that age?
Scrubbing floors. I hate scrubbing floors. But I loved being on the boat.
What else did you love about it?
I had a connection to the ship.
What kind of connection is that?
I could feel the souls in the wood. What makes up the lumber, the trees, which then connects to the water, connects to the wind. The ship would talk to me and tell me what it needed.
You think you're the only one that was feeling that way, or were there others?
Different.
Just different than everybody else?
I'd tell the captain where a leak was going to start.
And how would you know that?
The ship would tell me.
And what was that like for you? How did you hear it or feel it?
Just knowing. A voice in the back of my head.
Mm-hmm. What else did you know?
That a storm was coming.
How much notice would you usually get?
Hours. Tell the captain we should turn a certain way so we could ride the winds. Bad if he didn't listen. He learned really early to listen.
I'm sure. So what else was it like? When was the first treasure? How old were you when that was found or stolen?
Merchant ship. 7, 8, I think. I had to stay behind while the fighting happened.
What kind of goods did they have or treasures?
Silks. Some silver and gold. Merchandise, though, that we can sell.
Was there any remorse felt during the battles?
No. It was them or us.
Okay, good. So describe more findings that you've had throughout that lifetime.
The ocean has a deep voice. Ancient. Asks us to listen to it.
And is this the voice that you would tell the captain of before a storm would come, or did it happen a different way?
There's different voices. There was the ship. The wind, if you turned your face into it a certain way, you can feel the way the sails needed to be turned. How it flowed through the sails. If you listened properly, you could know. And there was a voice on the winds. And a ship would listen to the ocean and tell me what it needed, how to turn to make it go faster.
Did it usually work every time, or did you have difficulty in people listening to you?
At the beginning, they wouldn't listen. They laughed. I was a child. I didn't know anything.
At what age did you start telling them what you were feeling or knowing?
Right away. Why shouldn't I?
Of course. Of course.
I know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm. So in this lifetime, Smithy, did you have a family?
No. The ship was my family. I only lived to be on the ship.
And how did that feel? Was that okay with you?
Yes.
Good.
People didn't understand me.
But you did.
Yeah.
How did your father react when you started knowing things?
He had it too, but he suppressed it. He didn't like being different from people.
Understood. So what other kind of treasures did you find besides the merchant ship? What else did you discover in your journeys?
There was a jewel. A deep, deep ocean-colored jewel. It had a power to it.
Describe that.
About the size of your fist. It radiated a light that just couldn't describe. When other people looked, it just looked like a jewel. But there was something inside of it. We found it on a... It's being protected. 3 ships.
Can you recall the name of any of those ships?
No. Big battle. But we were smaller and faster, and we were able to come around. The wind helped me.
Did you have any control in that?
Yes. I asked the wind to stop them from being able to move. And only us to move.
What else happened in that battle? The wind at your side, you're on your side, acting in your favor. What else happened?
There was an evil man on the ship.
Which one? Yours or one of theirs?
He was protecting the jewel,
Okay.
guarding it. Lightning. But we were protected. Something was protecting us. Wanted us to take the jewel. Save it. I could hear a female voice in it.
What would it say to you?
Take me. To protect me.
And is this what happened, or was it sold later? Do you remember where?
No. I forgot. It made me forget.
So the power of the jewel allowed your memory to be erased from where it was hidden. Probably to be safe. Is that why that happened?
Not ready to be found yet.
Okay. Has it been found ever since then?
It's waiting.
What is it waiting for?
The one? The one who can pick it up and use it for good.
Good. So moving forward from that discovery, what other discoveries were found?
Nothing of importance. Just a life.
Okay. What other memories do you have growing up on a ship? When did you enter into battle with other ships or circumstances?
No, when I was a teenager. I fought, I killed, lived. They destroyed us.
At what age did this happen?
Shortly after we saved the jewel.
Okay.
We sent out a large fleet. Pushed us into a storm. We all died.
Every one of them?
Yes. The ship said it was time to go.
So did you know before that it was going to happen that way?
Yes.
What do you think the lesson was in that lifetime?
Do what you need to do even if you know it's gonna be dying.
Okay. Let's go ahead and take your last breath in that lifetime. Take a deep breath in and release. And describe where it is that you go from there. What happens next? Trust your first impression.
Sinking. Water all around me.
Okay, how does that feel?
Safe.
Okay, good. Keep going. What happens next?
A bright light.
What happens with that light?
I move on.
And where do you go from there?
Just a place.
Can you describe it to me?
Peaceful.
Are you alone or with others?
Lots of souls around. Everybody just being. Existing.
Do you recognize any soul from the lifetime that we just visited?
No.
What else happens there?
Waiting.
What are you waiting for?
To be born.
Let's go ahead and make that happen in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 in the next life. Where are you? Describe what you see.
Soaring. You can see for miles and miles.
Are you in a body?
Yes.
Can you describe it to me?
Beautiful wings.
What color?
Brown. White.
Where are you going?
Riding the winds.
What does it feel like to be in that body?
Beautiful. To be able to ride with the wind. Float. Let it control and just move. It's beautiful.
Are there others there with you?
Not today. Just out hunting.
What are you hunting today?
Whatever I could find. Yesterday I had a rabbit.
Let's experience the hunt and describe what it is that you do end up getting that day.
See a snake. And swoop down and snag it by the head.
What do you do with it next?
Take it back
Back to where?
to my nest, my mate.
Describe more of that for me. What does it feel like to be back at your nest?
Peaceful. Way up on a cliff. Protected from the winds and the storm.
What happens next after the meal? Are you by yourself? What do you experience?
No, there's 3 babies. We're just keeping them warm, waiting for them to grow large enough to show them how to fly.
Can you describe the differences of being in that lifetime versus being in the human lifetime?
You can hear the earth.
What does it sound like?
A beautiful song. It's singing. You can hear the vibrations in the ground. Connectiveness of everything. We're a part of the whole.
Do you experience emotions like humans? What is it like for you?
Different. Just emotions are different. We don't feel anger. We protect, but we know it's a part of a cycle. We don't do anything out of jealousy or hatred. We don't do things just because. There's a cycle that we follow. I don't feel sorrow for the snake or the rabbit.
It's just part of your cycle?
Yes.
Is this instinctual or is this something you learned?
No, it's part of us. We just understand it.
So once these 3 young ones are old enough to learn, what's the first thing that happens? What do you teach them first?
Be confident in yourself. Trust yourself always. Feel the energy of the wind. Be one with the wind.
Does it feel like an extension of yourself?
Yes.
Beautiful. What happens next? What else besides confidence do you teach?
To watch out for each other. There's always dangers.
What is the biggest danger that you have?
There's bigger prey, bigger animals, larger birds that would want to eat us. So we gotta watch out for each other, and guard each other until they're big enough to be on their own.
What happens after they leave on their own? Do you still look out for each other, or what happens?
No, they move on. They find their own mates.
Do you feel any emotion when they leave?
No, it's a cycle.
Beautiful. Good. Let's go ahead and experience the last day of that lifetime in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. What's going on? Last day.
I'm flying. And all of a sudden I feel a pain in my wing. I start to fall. I see something protruding from my wing. I don't know what it is.
What happens next?
I hit the ground. I try and spread my wings again, but the stick is sticking up through it. I see a dog coming at me. And that's it.
So let's experience what happens next. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Where do you go from there?
Something's following me.
Where are you?
In a cave. Something that I don't understand, but I fear it. I don't know why, but I fear it.
Is this part of the same lifetime? Or are we in a new lifetime experiencing it?
We're in a new one.
Describe what you look like.
A woman.
And what age would you say you are?
21, 22.
Okay. So you're in a cave. What else do you see? And what else is going on?
I feel an energy following me. It's low vibration.
Keep going. What else?
I'm running, going down different passages. It's a maze that I know.
Okay. What happens next?
Somehow it knows also. I know I need to escape it.
The caves know? Or the energy following you knows?
The energy following me knows.
Okay.
Somehow it knows the maze also.
Is the energy a physical form or just an energy?
It's physical.
Describe what it looks like.
Ancient. Low vibration. It's been here for thousands and thousands of years. Moves from body to body. Been fighting it for thousands and thousands of years.
What else can you tell me about it? Does it have a name?
Don't say the name. Say it brings its attention.
Right. Good job. So what happens next? Where do you go?
Call upon some energies to protect and set a barrier, to give me time.
What kind of energies?
From the universe. I can channel the universe. I'm a warrior.
Are you alone?
Never alone. Spirits are always with me.
What about other human souls? Are they too? Or are they just existing elsewhere?
There's other people, but not with me. Not this night.
Okay. So what happens next? You call on the universe to help. Describe what happens next for me.
I take a secret passage that I am the only one that knows. I don't use it very often strictly because of something like this. I set words on it, strongest that I can think. I ask one of my guardians to stay with the ward, and I run.
Where does this passage lead to?
To a cave entrance way up in the mountains.
Are you the only one there?
Yes.
How long do you stay there?
Found the passage. I know it's going to be my day to die now.
What happens next?
There's a battle. Energy.
Keep going.
There's a stone that I carry. Energy in it. I release it. Tell it to go back. There's a main stone that we all know collects this energy. And when we die, we send it away so that he can't have it.
Who's he?
The ancient one, the one we've been battling.
So on this last day, during your battle, what is it that kills you?
A knife. A knife in the ribs. But I've done my duty. And it's okay, because I know that I won't ever be destroyed.
Good. Good. Go ahead and take your last breath in that lifetime. Deep breath in. And release. Leaving the body. Where do you go from there?